What's up, everybody? It's the Roundtable Sports Podcast. Today, we're taking a look back at the top 25 plays for Darren Waller in his 2020 season with the Las Vegas Raiders. Darren is a massive individual, 6'6", 255. People that are that size don't typically move as fluid or as fast as Darren is capable of moving. You see, it's quite unfair for linebackers to try and cover Darren, but unfortunately, a lot of the times, because he's able to line up in line, that's how you have to cover him. Although you see right here, he doesn't have to be in line. He can be anywhere on the field and hurt you because, like I said, dudes that size don't move like Darren Waller moves. That's what makes him special. Now, he's got soft hands and nimble feet too, no doubt, but when you're able to match up on linebackers and really outsize them, and really for the bigger safeties as well, it's a big time advantage, especially for a guy like Derek Carr who loves to check down and loves that intermediate range throw. Darren is a security blanket like none other because he is creating that separation from these guys. It's just, like I said, it's just really not fair that they have to guard him, but that's part of the beauty of it is you can have him in line, you can have him anywhere, and he breaks you off. I'd love to see him up the seam a little bit more and really challenge a little bit deeper on the field, but he excels so well in the run after catch portion of it. It's they just hammer him with targets in that range. This film doesn't even really do him justice because there are so many of those little 2-yard throws that he turns into 5 or 6 yards just because he is so big and fast that people have trouble tackling him in that range, and he falls forward and he gets those extra yards. It's a big mover for the offense, and especially in third downs, that's a big time help to a quarterback. He didn't really get a chance the year before, but he got a lot more red zone looks this last year, and it makes a lot of sense when you're that big and are able to do the things that Darren is able to do. So I was really encouraged to see DC look his way more. And, if anybody has a role that's certain in the NFL, with Derek Carr at quarterback, Darren Waller getting targets and eating up yards is pretty much a given in my book. 4th and 5th round is where he's going in fantasy, and I find myself going there a lot of the time, and a lot of times before George Kittle, because those are the big three: Travis Kelce, George Kittle, and Darren Waller. These are these big athletic guys that defenses just can't seem to get a handle on, and Darren offers this floor that I just think is second to none in tight ends outside of Kelce. So you find me shopping in the Darren Waller aisle just because I love the way he looks on the field, and then you throw in the perfect marriage with DC. It's also going to be big for Darren to have Henry Ruggs step up. Nelson Aguilar did a lot of the catching the ball down the field that opened things up for Darren to work. So Henry Ruggs is definitely going to need to be able to take the top off the defense consistently for Darren to produce the way he did this last time. But I think Darren is a little bit more independent of that than some other players. But still, the offense is an ecosystem, and he needs that part of the ecosystem so his part works correctly. And I know DC will be looking his way. He's got a lot riding on this year. Gruden has a lot riding on this year. I think there's a lot of expectations here. So I hope you're in the shape of your life, Darren.